Welcome to Mysteries and Secrets in the World, the channel that takes you to the heart of the most fascinating mysteries and hidden truths that surround our planet. Today we will dive into a topic that has devastated entire cities and left an indelible mark on history: hurricanes. But be careful, we will not just go to the surface. I will take you to discover the 10 most destructive hurricanes in history, from the least catastrophic to number uno, the most powerful and devastating ever recorded. So, stay with us until the end, because number 1 will leave you breathless. And Dawn and hashtag #TreyNove, forget, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you Dawn and hashtag #TreyNove, you miss any of our next videos. Here on Mysteries and Secrets in the World, every episode is a discovery. Hurricanes are one of nature's most powerful and devastating forces. Known as tropical cyclones, these atmospheric behemoths form over the warm waters of tropical oceans. There, the combination of moist air and high temperatures creates the perfect storm. Imagine a massive whirlwind of wind and rain, which can reach terrifying speeds, bringing with it destructive storm surges and floods that swallow up everything in their path. The Atlantic hurricane season lasts from June to November, the time when the oceans reach the ideal temperatures for these storms to be born. But how does a hurricane form? The process begins with a tropical depression, an area of low pressure that intensifies as warm air rises and moisture condenses into thunderclouds. If conditions are right, the depression becomes a tropical storm, and as wind speeds increase, it evolves into a full-blown hurricane. Hurricanes are classified according to the Saffir-Simpson scale, which ranges from Category Uno to Category 5. This scale measures wind speed and potential destruction. Category Uno, winds 119 to 150 km/h. Limited damage, mostly to poorly constructed buildings. Category 2, winds 154 to 177 km/h. Moderate damage, downed trees, and power outages. Category 3, winds 170 to 200 km/h. Severe damage to buildings and infrastructure. Category 4, winds 209 to 259 km/h. Catastrophic damage, buildings severely damaged. Category 5, winds over 252 km/h. Total destruction, buildings swept away, large-scale flooding. A hurricane manifests itself with a series of distinctive phenomena. The most famous is the eye of the hurricane, a zone of relative calm at the center of the cyclone. This is surrounded by the wall of the eye, the most dangerous area, where the winds reach their maximum intensity. But the real devastation often comes from storm surges, the huge waves that flood the coasts and which, together with torrential rains and furious winds, cause the worst destruction. In addition to direct destruction, hurricanes can spawn tornadoes, storm surges several feet high, and floods that wipe out entire cities. When these storms hit land, they quickly lose their strength because they no longer have the ocean heat to draw energy from. However, the damage they cause can last for decades. Now, let and hashtag #TreyNove, get ready to discover the 10 most devastating hurricanes in history. From number 10 to number uno, let and hashtag #TreyNove, see which were the most brutal ever recorded. Number 10, Hurricane Camille, 1969, Category 5. In 10th place, we find Hurricane Camille. This hurricane hit the Gulf Coast of the United States with winds of up to 280 km/h. Although its impact area was relatively small, its intensity and speed completely destroyed everything in its path. Over 250 people lost their lives, and damage was estimated at over $1.4 billion. Camille shows us how dangerous a Category 5 hurricane can be, even when it hits a limited area. Number 9, Hurricane Ivan, 2004, Category 5. Ivan hit the Caribbean and the Gulf Coast of the United States, bringing winds of up to 270 km/h. This hurricane was particularly devastating for its ability to generate landslides and floods, submerging entire regions. The cost of damage was approximately $26 billion, a clear sign of its destructive force. Number Auto, Hurricane Maria, 2017, Category 5. Maria is one of the most recent and devastating hurricanes, especially for Puerto Rico. With winds reaching 1.5 mph, it left millions without power and caused thousands of deaths, many of which were related to lack of medical care after the storm. Maria and #TreyNove's impact on Puerto Rico is still evident today, with some areas struggling to recover. Number set, Hurricane Katrina, 2005, Category 5. Hurricane Katrina is probably the most famous hurricane in recent history. It hit New Orleans with winds of 1.5 mph and flooded the city after its levees failed. More than 1.0 people lost their lives, and damages exceeded $25 billion, making Katrina one of the most costly and devastating hurricanes on record. Number 6, Hurricane Andrew, 1992, Category 5. Andrew destroyed southern Florida and the Bahamas with winds of 1.5 mph. It was compact but devastating, leaving more than 1.000 people homeless. The economic damage was enormous, and rebuilding took years. Number 6, Hurricane Mitch, 1992, Category 5. Mitch was responsible for one of the greatest humanitarian catastrophes in recent history. It hit Central America with torrential rains that caused landslides and floods, killing over 1,000 people. Its slow movement made the effects of the rains worse. Number 4, Hurricane Wilma, 2005, Category 5. Wilma holds the record for the lowest atmospheric pressure ever recorded in an Atlantic hurricane. It hit the Yucatan Peninsula and Florida, with winds of over 1.5 mph. Damage exceeded $22 billion. Number 3, Hurricane Irma, 2017, Category 5. Irma was a colossal hurricane that devastated the Caribbean, especially St. Martin and Barbuda. Winds reached 295 km/h, making it one of the most powerful hurricanes ever recorded. Millions of people were evacuated, and the affected islands were almost completely destroyed. Number 2, Labor Day Hurricane, 1935, Category 5. Labor Day hurricane was one of the first Category 5 hurricanes to hit the United States, with winds of 1.5 mph, 295 km/h. It completely destroyed the Florida Keys and killed over 400 people. Number 1, Hurricane Patricia, 2015, Category 5. And finally, in first place, we have Hurricane Patricia, considered the most powerful hurricane ever recorded in the Western Hemisphere. With winds of up to 345 km/h, Patricia hit Mexico and, thankfully, thanks to timely evacuations, the number of casualties was limited. However, the damage was extensive, and Patricia remains one of the most powerful storms ever recorded in history. Hurricanes are among the most powerful and devastating forces of nature. Throughout this list, we have seen how destructive and unpredictable they can be. And remember, here at Mysteries and Secrets in the World, we will continue to explore the most powerful and mysterious phenomena on our planet. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey to discover the most powerful hurricanes in history. Dawn and #TreyNove. Forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to not miss our next videos. Stay curious, and get ready for the next big mystery.